Special Olympics Chicago serves nearly 7,000 athletes annually. In fact, it's the largest chapter in the state of Illinois. Hi everybody, Jake Riepma, and glad to have you along. Northwestern has been struggling as of late. They've lost 6 games in a row. Over the shoulder catch up against the wall in a huge spot with 2 runners aboard, Will, and that gave Northwestern all the momentum they needed. Sabrina Rabin, an extra base hit, stumbles a little, still gets in there in time for the triple. Northwestern struck for 3 in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and they cruised to the 4-1 victory over Iowa. Thanks, guys. And as you can see, after a beautiful weekend here in Chicago, the gorgeous weather has continued with temperatures topping out in the low 70s today. Welcome back to this special edition of Medill Newsmakers. I'm at Grant Park, where, as you can see, athletes from all over the city of Chicago are here today competing in both softball skills competitions and softball games. And while each one of these athletes have overcome odds to be here, one athlete in particular, Josh Nykiel, has quite the special story. After overcoming a leukemia cancer diagnosis just 2 years ago, Josh Nykiel is back on the field competing with Special Olympics for Kosciuszko Park.
Josh does everything. He does everything from soccer, softball today. We've tried skiing with Josh. He loves track and field, swimming, powerlifting is one of his favorites. He's been competing for over 20 years, and he's definitely an athlete. He likes to compete. He likes to win. He works really hard. He trains really hard. But he's an awesome team player too. He supports his team, and he's the biggest cheerleader for every one of his teams on the sideline.
After cheering on his teammates with that infectious spirit and displaying that determination throughout the softball skills competition, Josh was feeling pretty good.
I am great.
You did a great job out there.
Have fun.
And while softball is a ton of fun for Josh, his favorite sport might surprise you. Bocce ball, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. For Josh Nykiel and all of his teammates, they will continue to proudly represent Kosciuszko Park in all of Special Olympics. Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Northwestern News Update. I'm Jake Riepma. In tech news, Apple delivered its highest revenue for the June quarter ever. Experts point to increasing demand for high-priced iPhones and App Store sales. With that said, now we can dissect the X's and O's of the matchup. Patriots-Eagles, Tom Brady, the GOAT, versus Nick Foles, the backup.
Talk to me about Tiger's performance today.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a lot away from the Pro-Am. Tiger paired up with Mark Wahlberg, and I don't know how Mark played, but he certainly looked the part. And this is the area Tiger has to continue to improve in if he wants to get back to vintage Tiger. This is a makeable par, but he pushes it just left and already is a little bit behind the 8 ball. But the Iowa Hawkeyes come right back. Will Allie Wood with this big fly to tie the game up at 1. It was her 4th of the season, and we had a ball game. Meanwhile, in Utah, it was the Houston Rockets also looking to take a stranglehold on their series. Chris Paul with the jump shot there, and in the final minutes, it's James Harden taking it off the dribble, delivering the dagger, the and one basket, and the Houston Rockets do in fact go up 3-1 over Utah, and Chris Paul celebrates his 33rd birthday in style.
Jake, are there any areas where Lewis felt her game may be challenged?
Absolutely, DeForest. In fact, all golfers are going to be challenged in the final 4 holes of their rounds. I heard one course official refer to the last 3 holes as the gauntlet. There's so much water, and each and every golfer is going to be challenged to close out their round, with Lewis being no exception.
And that water is going to be a challenge. Thanks, Jake. We will hear more from you as the week goes on and the tournament gets underway.
I'm Jake Riepma in downtown Chicago at the 2018 Big Ten Media Days, where Northwestern head coach Pat Fitzgerald addressed the media and touched on the level of success he and his program have experienced both on the field and in the classroom. The Wildcats are in the midst of the winningest stretch in program history over the course of the last 3 years. But Coach Fitzgerald also acknowledged that success is in the past.
You know, I tell the guys all the time, there's a reason why the rearview mirror is really small and the windshield's big. You know, if you get focused on looking in the rearview mirror, look out, you're going to hit something right in front of you. And obviously our challenge in front of us is pretty evident with Purdue on the road. So it won't take a whole lot for me to motivate guys.
The Wildcats returned 15 starters from that team that went 10-3 last season and won the Music City Bowl. And while Coach Fitzgerald acknowledged the success and all of the momentum around the program, he believes it's time for he and his program to start competing for championships. In Chicago, Jake Riepma, Medill reports.